Well, I'm Judy, and I've just joined the faculty here at LSU. I am the director of the undergraduate performance program. I will teach primarily the acting classes, basic process classes from beginning to advanced. And I work with colleagues in voice and movement to design an entire package of performance training, particularly for undergraduate students, although they work interrelated with an MFA acting class as well. For the past 20-some odd years, maybe odd being the operative word there, I've been a professor at Florida State University in Tallahassee. I teach acting and directing all sorts of performance-related kinds of activities and have done that for the past 20 years or so, and have also worked as a professional actor, director, and dramaturg, among other things, primarily with the Utah Shakespearean Festival, which won the Tony in 2000 and has been a great part of my life for the last 12 years or so. But we've moved to Baton Rouge, and we were very excited about the potential of the LSU program, and we're opening a brand new building next year at Music and Dramatic Arts, and looking forward to the excitement of renewed facilities and resources and continuing relationship with Swine Palace. And I've already encountered wonderful students and colleagues, so I look forward to future work. This is a play, The Living, by Anthony Clairvaux. It debuted, I think, in 1993 at the Denver Center Theatre. And basically it's set in 1665 London in the Great Plague. And the basic storyline is that we have a kind of narrator character, John Grant, who carries us through the final sort of summer months of that year of Great Plague and encounters really two different aspects of the horrors of that natural disaster. One is primarily domestic, which is the family of Sarah Chandler, who has lost her husband and now faces losing her children over the course of this plague, and how she comes into contact with the Lord Mayor of the City of London, who has been left by the court. Charles II in the Restoration have left the court and left in his hands responsibility of taking care of the city. And so we see government engaged with trying to solve the problems of people in a very particular way, facing a very natural disaster which has a lot of resonances for our own contemporary lives. It's ideally a part of a university-wide outreach. This year we're exploring the human response to natural disaster. As you can imagine, with Katrina and recent anniversary of 9/11 and the great disasters, including the global AIDS epidemic that is still ravaging the world. It is a play that I think sort of looks into that darkness and asks the questions, how can we endure and survive? And I think many of the answers there have to do with having a sense of humor. In the play, it's reflective of a really horrible time in history and resonant with our own horrible times. But it also has the element of humor, even at times a dark and edgy kind of humor that I think speaks to how we do survive those kinds of disasters in our life. But more than that, it is in some ways a play about our interconnectedness as human beings. And that's what spoke to me. It's not a play that I chose, really. It was a play that was given to me. But as I studied it and worked on it, I came to see a real fundamental humanity in the play that sort of makes us understand how we are interconnected to one another, and that ultimately in a world that seems almost random in disaster and meaningless at times, where we feel abandoned by the good spirits in some ways, that we can learn to look to ourselves and reach out to each other, and that ultimately is a way of surviving and enduring. The Living opens this week on the 19th, which is our Pay What You Can evening, and then a preview on the 20th, and then it runs the 21st through the 30th. All the evening performances are at 7:30 and the matinees are at 2 o'clock. For more information, you can check our website online or call 578-3527.